No, it's a legacy, baby. This is my baby.
Oh my God, it's a podcast. Welcome to This Is My Baby, the podcast.
Yes, I'm Sarah Hester Ross.
And I am David Ian.
These are the first few episodes.
Yep.
And we are taking the opportunity for you to get to know our babies. As you saw the last episode, I won rock, paper, scissors.
And I lost.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just making sure people know I'm a loser.
Oh. I wouldn't call you a loser. I would call you the second winner.
The second winner. So we've done My Baby.
Yes, we
which
have.
means now it's time for your baby.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you the 3 questions. So question number 1, Sarah Hester Ross. How old is your baby?
Okay. I've been thinking about this a lot. And I feel like I have multiple babies. So I had to dwindle it down.
You had to pick one.
I had to pick my favorite.
And then kill the rest. No, let's cut that out.
We can't cut everything, David! Okay. So I did figure out like what I wanted to say as like my top baby right now.
Okay.
Top boy, as your people would say.
Apparently they would if you watched that show, yeah.
Top boy.
Yep.
I did watch that show.
And how old?
My baby is about a year and change old.
Okay.
So not walking.
Not walking,
Not
talking,
talking.
just like pooping a lot.
Yeah.
It's just like,
It is quite shitty
it's just
in this moment. Yeah. I am trudging through shit.
And it's
at
making
this-
a lot of noise.
Yes.
Mm.
Wow. You know, sometimes the analogies of the baby thing doesn't work. It's working for
It's
me.
where you're like, yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so it's about 1 and a bit. And then the second question is your baby cute or ugly?
Right now, my baby is ugly.
Interesting.
She ugly.
Really?
She ugly. She's got a great personality. I feel like there's bones. There's like bones to work with. But she needs a growing spurt.
Okay, you
this
think she's
point.
going to grow into her features?
God, I hope so. I
Okay.
mean, that's always the hope
That's
the
the
parent has with an ugly child.
Yeah. Okay, question number 3.
All right.
Was your baby planned or a surprise?
My baby was, I think, a little bit of both, if that's possible. I think that I was always planning on having something like this, but in the way that it came about was a surprise.
Okay, nice. Okay, so tell me who you are and what your baby is.
I am Sarah Hester Ross, and serving the touring live show is my baby.
Yay!
You know, when we do that, it makes me think of like the Muppets when they like throw
Oh,
up their
yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
We gotta get like a video of Kermit the Frog doing that.
Yes.
That's what it makes me think of.
Okay, stop distracting.
Okay, sorry.
So, just in case there's anybody in the world who doesn't know what we're talking about, what is serving the live show?
It is the touring show that I am touring at this moment. So it's and I do feel, I know you said that if anybody doesn't know, I think more people don't know that I'm a live performer than people know that I am a content creator, like TikTok or Instagram, whatever. I think that I've put out into the world that I'm a music creator, but my live entertainment, my live shows have always been the end all be all for me. I've been a live entertainer since I was 3 years old. And this new show that I have created and I'm touring and will hopefully be my next special is incredibly important to me and a move in my career that I have been wanting for a really long time, but I didn't know how to get to.
Okay.
And to explain that a little bit is that if you have seen my special that's out on Amazon and Apple TV, Don't Mess with a Redhead, I got that and I'm very proud of it. I think it's really well
very
done.
good.
It's
Very
very
good.
professional. I
Yeah.
love the look of it. I think it sounds good, but I don't think it's ever who I was as a performer, or who I want to portray as what I am. I believe that it was honest at the time, and I didn't know how to put out into the world what I really wanted.
Yeah.
So, after I put out Don't Mess with a Redhead, I went to the Edinburgh Fringe
Edinburgh
Festival.
Fringe. I remember.
That's where we met.
That is where we met,
And we
yeah.
fell in love.
We did.
And I brought a snippet of that hour.
And it was called something different, right? It was called
Sarah Hester Ross is what.
Yeah.
And mostly because you know this, but like going to Edinburgh for the first time and being so new and I had no idea what I was doing, I made all the wrong decisions. I should have not named it after myself. But I thought my name was more recognizable than Don't Mess with a Redhead. But now I realize that it wasn't. Knocked me down a peg. Gotta stay humble.
Edinburgh will do that. Edinburgh will humble you.
Humbled me quick.
Yeah.
And I still got a lot of people out, but it's just anyway. Another time.
Well, like for
another
context,
story.
just very, very quickly,
Okay.
just in case anybody hasn't been, Edinburgh Fringe has nearly 4,000 shows a day. So there are so many different shows that people are competing for. When you go to Edinburgh Fringe as an audience member, you can't see everything.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see a range of things, and you don't know everybody that's on. So everybody that goes as a performer, the battle is real, right? And it's very common for Americans to come over and
be American and think,
and
oh, we're gonna
yeah.
kill it.
And be
like,
American.
yeah, they're gonna love me. I'm American.
And they do love you, but they don't, even if they love you, they don't necessarily even know that you're on. Like, there's just so much going on.
Yeah.
It's really easy to miss amazing shows. And seasoned British comedians who go to Edinburgh all the time still find it really, really hard. Like, if you finish Edinburgh Fringe and you're not questioning every life choice you've ever made, then you probably
You're not
weren't
doing it
paying
right.
enough attention, I would say. Like,
And that's fair because going into Edinburgh, I had a really good show and I had a good team. I had a good venue. I mean, it was kind of misplaced and it was way too big for me.
You did not have a good venue.
I mean, the venue itself, it was a good stage. I had a great sound person.
But it was in the wrong place.
It was the wrong place. And again, didn't know what I was doing. I made so many bad choices, but I was stubborn and I wanted to get in that year because I wanted to advertise my special. And in hindsight, I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad that I did it that way because now I know. And I learned so much from the experience and I got so much inspiration from Edinburgh. So going back to serving, the show that I'm touring now, I started seeing other people's shows and being so inspired by the just out of the box.
The anything goes of it all.
I was floored. And this is coming from someone who has been popping off on social media,
Yeah.
specifically TikTok. And because at the beginning of that, they were like, you have to pick a niche. You have to name your thing. And I was like, okay, musical comedian. And because I didn't know what else. It was the closest thing that I could come up with.
You were like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Which, again, in hindsight, I had never done stand-up in my life. And kind of very brazen of me to just automatically call myself a comedian because I'm doing funny things. But, I learned that way too, to just get on stage and being like, I'm not a comedian. But then talking to other comedians, like, do you make people laugh? Yes.
Yep.
Then you're a comedian.
Then you're a
like
comedian.
It's not that. And I feel lucky that I have found comedians like you who are seasoned and professional in the art of stand-up comedy and have been able to point me in the direction of just like, yeah, you like maybe you're not a stand-up comic, but you're a comedian. Like,
yeah, you make people laugh.
yeah. But being in Edinburgh and seeing people literally doing, and I say this in my show, whatever the fuck they wanted to do. And they called it comedy, they called it cabaret, they called it burlesque. Like, they honestly, some I would say didn't even have a name. It was just the name of the show or the name of the artist. And I just got so inspired because I was working so hard to name what I was doing and put it in this box that I could sell and I could make money and I could get attention from. But it wasn't me. It wasn't who I wanted to be. It wasn't who I wanted to portray into the world. I feel like I wasn't giving everything that I had. Like I had to put my musical theater aside. I had to put my professionalism and desire to put good music into the world, not just like my music that's not funny. I had to put that in the background because people really only were connecting with my comedy music. And so being so inspired by the artistry and the creativity of Edinburgh, I went home and was like, I'm going to put a show together that I can be 100% me.
So you go to Edinburgh,
unapologetically.
you're surrounded by a bunch of people, you meet the love of your life and your future muse. That's me. And then you go home and you take your show.
For some reason, when you said muse, I pictured you in a toga with like that you just sit there while I paint you.
And that is what we do when the cameras aren't rolling.
Yeah.
So
that's OnlyFans material.
yeah, subscribe to the Patreon in the future, and that's what you'll see. Just a live feed of us,
and you only get one nipple from him
and two from you.
I'm a giver.
So you go home, and you've got the show that you've been working on. You've seen all of this like amazing creativity, and you go home. Can I just say our producers can't breathe at the thought of us
painting each other with our nipples out? We really painted a picture for you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we're storytellers. Nipples?
Right, everybody keep calm. I'm trying to pretend that I'm interested.
Oh, yeah. Get back into it.
So you go back, you see all this amazing creativity, you go back and you've got this show. Then what happens?
Well, I feel like it didn't happen so quickly. And that's why I think that the baby is kind of like trudging through the shit at this point. Because I have now a show that I had to kind of basically start from scratch. And I'm using old material, but in a new way. And I am trying to convince an audience that already knew me that I can do this, and this too. And that if you liked this, you're going to like this. And if you don't, that's okay. But I'm doing it anyway. It was just, it was a very freeing time for me to be like, as an artist, I've always been very precarious of wanting the audience that I've always wanted. I want to be seen. I want the attention. I know, shocker. I like attention. And now I have the audience. I have a semi-audience. I have something. And now I'm changing the rules on them. And that was scary. That was scary for me to be like, okay, if I lose, I could
Yeah, there's
lose,
something at risk.
I could lose the audience that I have right now that I've always wanted.
Yeah.
I'm getting the attention that I've wanted since I was a very small child. And now, because I didn't get it exactly the way that I wanted to, I'm going to blow everything up and start all over. When I decided that that's what I wanted to do, I realized that I've been doing that my entire life. I like to call myself the queen of the pivot. I'm a good pivoter. And I've been doing it since I was a kid. That I would be so into this. I would be so passionate. And then something happened. Then I was just like, oh, I don't like that.
Switch it up.
And it really doesn't take much for me. But it always has been centered around performing and getting to this point. And I think this show has been in my soul for 35 years.
Wow.
I think it's that
Yeah.
much of me. and my inspirations of, people like Bette Midler and Rachel Bloom and now Ruben K, huge inspiration to me. Almost to the point where like I told him this already, but in the middle of me doing serving for the first time, I stole one of his jokes.
Shocker.
It is a shocker. I don't steal jokes.
She's been arrested, folks.
I immediately texted him and told him about it. And I was like, I love this joke so much. I just did it. And
it was just there.
It was just in my head, and I did it live. And I even remember being like, that's not my joke, everyone. If you know Ruben K, you should, if you don't, you should look this queen up, because fantastic. I love her.
Incredible. Love him.
Anyway, but the inspiration for this show has been building and bubbling for 30 years. And now I finally get to do it. And I'm very anxious to get it on the road and put it in front of people.
So when do you think the new show came about? Because you came to London earlier this year. Would you say that was like the first? That was
the first version of serving.
Because I remember when I saw that, I was like, wow, it's so different from to Edinburgh. Incredible. But I was like, wow, I just assumed you were going to come and do what you did in Edinburgh. And it was like so different and so inspiring, and so I could absolutely see Bette Midler, I think, is such an obvious comparison. So would you say that was the beginning?
It was. And I guess it was like the birth of it, and then now the growing pains of getting it to this point. And that's why I don't dawdle when it comes to making these big decisions. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but like I leap. Yeah, I really do. I guess I've always been like that. I think back on the changes that I've made over my life, and I've made the decision, and I am a leaper. I leap.
You just see it and you go for it.
And I don't know if that's luck, that I'm not in a ditch somewhere, but
or it's resilience.
And maybe I just always have known myself so well, and I trust my instincts, and it's gotten me now to this point. So here I am with numbers, with an audience, and now I have to convince them that what I'm doing is right. What I'm doing is on the nose and best for me, and best for them too, because I'm giving them my best.
Yeah. And they respond to it. I've seen them.
I think so. I guess I'm hard on myself in this scenario, because this is going to sound, I believe I deserve a bigger audience at this point in my life.
I agree. You do. Mark that one down. David was nice to Sarah. Give us the timestamp. She can play it back.
It's just so, and it's hard to even say that. It's hard because it seems so arrogant. But I have worked so hard to get to this point, and I'm so proud of what I have to offer. And now I feel like my entire job is convincing people that it's worth it. But that's the life that we have chosen as entertainers.
I don't think it sounds arrogant at all. You know what you're worth. You know what the audience needs. You are delivering, like your show is proving to them. I've seen them. They are completely on board.
Well, and that's why, like, I don't want to be negative about what I have, because I do have fans and a community that I'm cultivate. Like, I want it to be a safe space for women. I want it to be a safe space for queer people. I want it to be a safe space for women of color. I want it to be a safe space for men as well, because I am an advocate and an ally against patriarchy. Mm-hmm. And I know the patriarchy is detrimental to men's health and men's mental health. If you come see my show, I talk about it a lot. So I know we joke about it, like, straight men, shut the fuck up and sit down, and I still mean it. But I also want it to grow from that.
Let's talk about the straight men that come to your show, right? Because there are a handful of straight men that come.
They do.
They get
and
brought
they usually
along.
come with their significant others.
Yeah, and I always find it really interesting because they don't necessarily know what they're coming along to, but almost inevitably from the ones that I've seen, they are so responsive and so on board, you know. I think it's really special to see.
It's why I started talking about the detriment of the patriarchy to men, because I want them to know that I am not just this man-hating thing.
It's not about hating
it's
men.
not.
No.
It's not. It's fun to joke about because
Yeah.
it's the pendulum swinging of comedy in the last, 7-8 decades being like, women in the kitchen and blah, 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 barefoot and pregnant and all the typical things that women have had to sit and endure through comedy. Now we get a little chance to poke back. And it is all in fun. It is to show the absurdity of it.
Yeah.
And not in reality,
Yeah.
not in hatred, not in, but to be like, hey, isn't this stupid? Isn't this a dumb thing to say? That this shouldn't have been funny ever.
Yeah.
I feel very honored, and I love that the women that come with their partners feel strong in their relationship.
They know that they can do that.
And they are also strong enough that they know that they have chosen a partner that will, if they don't love it, they get it.
Yeah. And I would say that
they don't have to love it.
But most of them do love it.
I mean,
when they come along, they do. They really get into it. I don't want to give too much away from the show, but when you get them singing, and you inevitably end up picking a straight guy to do a bit of singing, he always joins in, and that's fun.
It is fun.
Like, they are on board with that. They enjoy it. It's really inspiring to see.
Yep. Thank you. And I really wasn't. I didn't think I was gonna cry. I guess it's just it's really hard. It's really hard to know what you have and then to have to beg people to like it. And knowing that they will if they just give me a chance.
Yeah, I don't think you have to beg for them to like it, though.
Well, I feel like social media is just constantly begging. I do. It's why I love it and I hate it, because it's such a creative outlet, and and I love the control that I have over my career with social media and the directness that I could have straight to my people, my community. But, with the changes and Meta buying it and stuff, it makes it a little difficult. That's why I came up with the whole voting process. Carissa is the one who came up with the idea. Her team did, at least. And it's changed everything for me. And so...
explain to people how that works.
Well, it gives people a sense of ownership of where serving comes to. And so if you go to sarahhesterross.com/vote, you could put in your city, and you could even pick the venue. Like, you could, and that gives me an idea. And then from that voting process, I pick the top voted places to go to.
That's where you go.
And I'm going there because you vote. Like, period. It's not a scheme. It's not like a thing just for me to get your information. All it is for me to directly contact you and say, hey, I'm coming. Do you want to come?
Yeah. This is where you said you wanted me to be. I'm there.
Yeah. And slowly but surely.
Yeah.
I wish I had done this at the beginning of me popping off on social media. I was so inexperienced with this type of numbers and attention that I didn't know what to do. And so I just focused on the numbers. I focused on social media, which at this point I have very little control over.
Yeah.
So that's the process of me going on tour with this new show. And
so one of the things you mentioned at the beginning was that the baby was just over 12 months old, and that you thought it was ugly, and that you're hoping it was going to grow into its looks. One of the things that I think people perhaps don't realize that I have found really fascinating as we've been working together is to see how you're constantly analyzing and thinking about the show and working out the show and continuing to develop the show. Can you talk us through a little bit of that?
Sure. Well, I think it really is about what I've learned from other communities, listening to Black women on social media has changed me not only as a person, but as an entertainer and as an artist. Making sure I'm propping up women, not just white women.
Yeah.
Not just because being a white woman is all I know.
Yeah.
So
trying to
learning
reach beyond that.
from experiences of others and listening and shutting up, listening to other communities, listening to queer communities. I know we've talked about this before, but not walking onto a stage with a joke, with a bit, and just doing it like I would be doing it in front of straight audiences. Because if there is a queer audience member, if there's a neurodivergent audience member, I need to respond to them like I'm talking to them as a person.
In real time.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the real life scenarios of reading the room. And that's changed me as an artist. Because I came from musical theater, I feel like my stuff has always been very rigid.
You built a show.
Timed.
This was the show. Yeah.
And now I feel like I can build the bones, but because now I'm performing live while and learn and had grown as a person.
Yeah.
My show has grown as well.
And that, I'm guessing, the liveness of that feels more rewarding.
And real.
Yeah.
Not fake, not planned, not giving people what I think they want or a side of me that I think is palatable. Does that make sense?
It does.
And I am literally giving them myself with which I think at the end of the day is true art. And
it's genuine and authentic, and it's what you want to present on stage as opposed to what you think you've got to present on stage.
I'm not a character. I know that tends to be a nice way of doing entertainment where you can hide behind a character or like a
persona.
Or something like that. And for whatever reason, I chose not to do that.
You were like, this is who I am.
I sometimes very much wish I did
that you had. Yeah.
I think that my life would be a lot simpler. My art would be a lot simpler. I would be able to cultivate an audience a lot simpler. But I made the decision that it was going to be my name. It's going to be my face. It's what I think and what I believe. I do draw the line at my personal life. I don't like to put that out into the world as much. Maybe one day. Not yet.
But also maybe not.
I think maybe one day.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I just need certain things to happen first before, so I know I can do it properly. Mm-hmm. Because again, that's going to be a huge pivot for me. That's crazy that I already know that. I know that it's going to be.
You're already preparing for the next pivot.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I've never done that before.
That's
knowing the pivot that's going to come and knowing that I'm going to do it.
Okay. So while you're still in this pivot, what does the future look like for Serving?
Well, obviously a tour. I'm going to tour this show as much as possible. Get it in front of as many faces as possible. I probably will put it to film. It will be my next
get another special
produced special. Yeah. And I have really big dreams. Really big visual of what it should look like. I want full orchestra. I want it big. And I think that I'm getting there, but I don't have the money to do that.
So what you're telling our UK listeners is that maybe one day you'd come to the UK, maybe play the Royal Albert Hall.
Absolutely.
With the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra.
Absolutely.
And do Serving like that. That would be incredible.
Yeah.
That would be genuinely amazing.
Ruben K just did his show in Australia with a full orchestra.
He did.
People like Tim Minchin is a big inspiration
Love
to
Tim.
me. Fantastic musician, hilarious.
So funny.
But the music is good.
Yeah.
Musical comedy isn't always good music.
Okay, sometimes the emphasis is on the funny.
Yes. Actually, when I first started, I remember coming off of sets where people would be like, oh my gosh, your voice is so pretty. I wasn't laughing because I wasn't really listening to the jokes. And I'm like, well, that is not what I want. That's not the point of that. But I am a musician first. I've been a musician my entire life, and comedy is new to me in the last 10 years. So I get that. And the priority for me is
The music.
But since I've gotten into writing things that are so meaningful, and the topic of the song it probably is just as important to me, but I don't want to sacrifice the music. So people like Ruben and Tim Minchin and Bette Midler, of course, because her tours were always done with full
Incredible.
orchestras.
Yeah.
So good. And costume changes and the fucking clam that she came out of. I'm gonna come out of a piano one day. I want a piano like that opens up from the top and that you can see the stairs lighting up, and I want to do things as big as Elton John, but like in a funny way, and talk about serious
Just gayer,
shit.
I assume.
Oh yeah. Definitely gayer.
Yeah.
But it's so weird to talk about stuff like that because I'm very far from that.
But you have to talk about it, otherwise it doesn't get anywhere, does it?
No.
This is how you make it happen. So yeah, I
mean, 5 years ago I wasn't touring, and now I tour every year.
Yeah.
Almost with a new show completely. Every year.
Every year, yeah.
I have toured with a new show every year. It's very possible that this show will bore me in a year, and so I'll write another one. It's very possible, but I don't think it will, because again, I've been leading up. This is the most honest show that I've done in ever.
And it really feels like you when you see it. You can really like feel you in the vibe. I love your baby.
Oh,
I feel like an uncle to your baby.
I love your baby
It
too.
is adorable. How can our listeners and our viewers celebrate your baby?
Come to my show.
So the information for your show is on sarahhesterross.com.
That's right.
And you can vote for your city on sarahhesterross.com/vote.
Mm-hmm.
How else?
I really do want to cultivate my community off of social media. I want to be able to send you presents and send you free stickers and send you and say, hey, hey, do you like this new merch that I'm designing? And I wish that I had done that from the beginning.
Yeah.
When instead of focusing on these huge numbers, I was focusing on the people who really liked my stuff. And now I feel so far away from some of those people.
Yeah.
And like people that, and I get it all the time, like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long. And so I always comment, I was like, get on my mailing list.
Yeah.
Because
then you'll know what's happening.
I will share it with you, and if you don't want it, I'm not gonna bug you. I'm not gonna like pressure you, but I'll share with you stuff. Yeah. Please don't rely on social media to keep up with me.
So this is the year that you're going to get close to them.
Yeah.
Amazing. Also, you can listen to your music on Apple Music and Spotify.
Yes.
And videos are on YouTube.
Yes. YouTube is a really good place. I'm putting out all my full music videos on there.
Great.
That's how you can do it.
So go see the tour, listen to the music, buy some merch, visit the website. Pretty please sign up and do all of those amazing things.
And also subscribe to this podcast.
Subscribe to this podcast. That also helps. Come back and listen. If you go and see Sarah on tour, you might see both of us.
Yes, because David's been opening up for me a lot.
I'm just here to enjoy the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, yeah, I'll come see the show again. Okay, so go do all of those things.
Yes.
I love your baby. Thank you so much for talking to us about it.
Oh, we got to say goodbye. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to hear more.
At the end of every episode, we are going to celebrate something from you guys, what your baby is. So we're going to give you some details, and we want you to send us stuff about your baby.
Yeah, send us a video or an email with the information at the bottom of the screen. This is my baby podcast at gmail.com. And tell us something that we can celebrate with you.
And we're going to throw a party for you guys.
A tiny little shower. We're going to shower you with joy and laughter.
Celebration.
Celebration.
And just happiness for what you
Whoopity-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah.
Whoopity doo doo doo.
This is what happens when you don't give me a fucking script.
Whoopity doo doo doo.